in here. We have a seat for you. Good evening, everybody. Before the meeting starts, we'd like to tell you that we have nothing to report from closed session and that this meeting will be translated in Spanish, and the link is org.zoom.us/the letter J/87870878576. Or people can phone in to 669-900-9128. That's 669-900-9128. And if you have a pencil, I will give you the web ID. 878-708-8576. And we're glad to have all of the people who are Zooming into our meeting. The more people who listen and get the information from the board, the more wonderful for the working of our district. So tonight, I am very excited because we are having a very unusual, well, first we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm sorry. Dr. Neil Anderson, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Dr. Anderson is our new principal at Golden Hill, and we are just thrilled to have him with the district.
Okay. Put your right hand over your heart, please. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And now I get to go to my exciting thing, which is Dr. Anderson is going to play the music for us, and Linda Beecher is going to sing a song for us to put us in a patriotic mood. So, would the two of you like to take front center?
This is because we couldn't hear you at the end of last school year.
And she's got a different song tonight. Welcome. We're so glad. This is exciting. It's a clarinetist, and we are going to have a duet by staff administration. Welcome. Pretty cool.
Ready? Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty above the fruited plain. God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Ms. Beecher is from Fissler School, for those who may not know. And what an awesome thing to highlight our administrators who are multi-talented. Thank you both for volunteering so graciously. I didn't twist their arm much. Bev.
Did you do this? You're gonna say no?
Dr. Bob, would you like to give us the superintendent's report?
So again, I just want to say I am very excited about starting the school year. I'm very excited that we get to see students in person again. We are looking forward to many opportunities. We are looking forward to many opportunities for our kids that in many cases didn't have last year. And I wanted to also ask, I know safety concerns are in many parents' minds, and I've received some emails on that. And just to say that safety is of paramount importance to us. We take this very seriously. And I have asked Dr. Hammett, our Assistant Sup of HR, to share a few things about just some of those safety measures. And just to let you know, parents will be sending home that letter here, I believe it's Thursday evening. So just a little highlight.
Thank you, Dr. Pletka. President Sugarman, members of the Board of Education, Dr. Pletka and Cabinet, I would like to present some information to you regarding a letter that will be going out on Thursday night, that's August 12th, to all of our community and parents, specifically regarding our COVID-19 health and safety requirements as we go into the new school year, the 2021-2022 school year. So a few of those requirements are that physical distancing, which was 6 feet apart last year, is something that is no longer required in our classrooms as long as all students and adults are masked. So we will be making sure that masks are worn and that everyone doesn't have the physical distance, allowing us to return our classrooms to full capacity. Additionally, if we do have a child who needs some sort of an accommodation medically because they're unable to wear a mask, we will interact with the parent and find a way to deal with the mask accommodation and make sure that the child is able to fully participate and be able to meet their medical need. We will be allowing school visitors. All school visitors will come to the main office and check in. We will ask that those school visitors do undergo temperature screening. We will be temperature screening staff and students each day at the school to make sure that everyone does not have a temperature. We will all be also asking all staff and students to undergo a symptom self-check, making sure that they don't have any of the major or minor symptoms related to COVID-19. Every day we will be cleaning every classroom and every common area, and then areas of high use will be cleaned more frequently, and if we do have a positive case, we will go into a deep cleaning of that entire area and sanitizing. We are asking that students do not share personal desk items. Pencils, crayons, scissors, erasers. Every student will have their own set, and we ask that those are not shared among students. We will have, moving on to our other here, classroom volunteers will be permitted, and we do ask our parents to refer to our parent volunteer handbook for the specifics regarding what classroom volunteers look like and what school volunteers look like. We also will be doing very strict contact tracing. If there is a positive case on campus, we want to make sure that we are being proactive and working to ensure that any student who was a close contact or any student who is positive for COVID is quarantined and that we're able to ensure that we keep everyone safe. Our staff has been working so diligently this summer to make sure the schools are ready. I know Dr. Pletka, Dr. Koglin have been out at all the school sites, looking at all the school sites. Our staff has been working so hard this summer to make sure everything's ready. Our teachers are excited to be back. We are excited we have a new teacher orientation tomorrow, and then all of our teachers are back on Thursday to get their classrooms prepped. This is going to be a great year. We're really excited. There's a lot of energy, and we're really looking forward to having our students and our staff back to have a great year. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Trustee Meyer, would you like to share anything with us?
Sure. I'm going to reiterate a few things that Chad talked about. Tomorrow is an exciting day. It's all the new teachers. They get together and meet each other and have an overview of what it is to be a Fullerton School District teacher. Then on Thursday, all the staff comes back. Friday is probably the neatest day for kids. It's because that's when the class lists go up. And that's Friday afternoon. And then Monday, oh, it's lights, camera, action. All the kids are there on Monday. And it's an exciting year for kids and teachers and all school personnel to watch the excitement of everybody coming back to school. And I look forward to visiting and having a really great year. Even though we've got all these restrictions, everybody's ready to make it good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm also looking forward to the new teacher orientation tomorrow, seeing some new faces and kind of some camaraderie happening tomorrow within the school district. I also want to thank M&O as well for getting the schools ready, Scott and his team and everyone else gearing up for this new school year, bringing the kids back onto campus, so definitely want to give a shout out there. And yeah, definitely looking to, super excited for the new school year. Both my boys coming back to school, getting them out there, socializing with all their new friends and making more friends and seeing their old friends. And then I also want to kind of share a little bit of the management retreat that the district had. So I want to thank everyone, Carmen, and everyone that was involved. I know, Rob, you were part of that as well too, putting that together, the management retreat in Anaheim there. It was really kind of great to see the staff kind of come together and do some team bonding and some social and emotional mental health using the COM app as well too. So I think that was great just to kind of see how the district comes together as a whole to for all our kids. So definitely impressed.
Thank you.
Okay, my turn. M&O, you guys are rock stars, just like everyone else is. When you look at some of the stuff that they've done and drive around Fullerton, when construction first started, as soon as kids were done with class, a lot of our schools then became, it looked like an explosion, right? And it's like, well, of course they're going to be done. And then all the way to the very end, watching all of it get complete just in time because school is starting, right? I'm sure you're starting to worry. As you drive around 5:30 in the morning, all the construction people are out there making sure things are running as they should so that everything is ready for our kids and our staff first thing Monday morning, if not earlier than that. So thank you for all of that hard work. I think, we take it for granted that those things happen, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of planning for you guys to make sure it happens on schedule. So again, thank you for that. I wanted to thank All the Arts for All the Kids Foundation. They have put, they always work very, very hard in making sure that they provide lessons and provide the funding and help us with all of our art lessons. And again, it doesn't go without a lot of work that goes behind that. So they had a reception for Ingrid Bowers, right? Yeah.
By the way, just as a side note, she's in the audience. So.
Oh, underneath that mask right there. But just watching the enthusiasm of our community coming together to support all the arts is amazing. I think that this district has always made arts a valuable piece of what we do, and it's not just that add-on. When you hear a lot of other districts and see what they cut when they had to cut, our district has always placed the arts and has always made it very important because we know our children need that. And it's part of the curriculum. It's not something that's in addition to. And I appreciate the fact that everyone is still standing behind that and how much work All the Arts for All the Kids do to make that happen for our kids. I'm going to give a shout out to Dr. Lee, who has been asked to, because I just think this is thrilling, been asked to speak at the Senate Education, well, I thought it was the Senate Education Committee, but it's not. It's the Special Board on the Pandemic Emergency Response Committee, this new committee that came out to kind of look at the pandemic and figure out what they're gonna do. Our own Senator Newman is the chair of that. And so Dr. Lee has an opportunity to speak at a hearing to talk about learning recovery and what we're doing and what things that she can share with others. And a lot of people listen to that. So I think that just being identified as one of the leaders in coming up with plans to help our students to recover from what the last year has done, I think is very important. So we really appreciate you representing us and representing our children. And I think it's a kudos to you, so thank you very much. And welcome back, because it's time. I think the summer just went like that, right? Didn't it just go boop? You know, before you knew it, it's already ready, time to come back to school. And everyone's ready, right? Yay! Yay! So, welcome back to everyone. Thank you guys for a job well done. I know that no one in this room really had a lot of time off, because you guys work all the way through. And so thank you for that. And I think that we all noticed that, and we all appreciate everything you guys do. So thank you.
Thank you. Like all of you, I appreciate all the work done this summer, and then leading to things like our management retreat. One of the most exciting things in that was getting to dance with Lionel 2 days in a row. He's a very good dancer. We had a special training for our managers and our secretaries, so we don't leave them out of everything we do. And I really want to comment, though, on last board meeting. Some people came in to share concerns they had, some of them about masks, some of them about, what is it, CRT, thank you, and Project 1619. And what I wanted to share was twofold. First of all, I'm so proud of our parents and our community. They came and they spoke to us in the most civil and appropriate ways. And that same night, several other boards had people come and speak to them on similar topics. It wasn't nice, it was chaotic, it was disrespectful. And when I saw some of the YouTubes of those meetings, I thought, what a special, wonderful community we have here in Fullerton, and the respect people show one another. And I just wanted to give kudos to all those people who come in and speak to us, because your opinions are important. An example of that is sometimes people share things that are personal, and they share it publicly to make a point, and we do listen. And tonight you heard Dr. Hammett speak about how we will take children with special health needs and try to provide safe ways for them to attend in-person class, and what they do in the classroom in terms of self-protection and protection for other students in the classroom may look different than everybody else. But we know that not one formula fits for everybody, and thank you for coming in and speaking with us, and we hope you understand, A, we appreciate it, and B, we do listen and take action. So thank you. I'm very proud of my community. Good luck not only to all of our new teachers and our students who have promoted to new schools, and our grounds and our new custodial help, but also to our ever-changing principal and assistant principal list. When you go back to school this fall, do not be surprised if some of the leaders of your school look a little different, because when you come from Fullerton School District, everyone's trying to hire you away. And some people did get hired away. So congratulations to them, and we will continue to hire the highest possible people as principals and assistant principals in our district. Right now, it's time for us to listen to our community and have public comments. Oh, did I forget? Oh, you know what? I think I'll do public comments next, and then I'll go to that. Thank you. You're absolutely right. I'm looking at my agenda doesn't love me right now. People who speak to us during public comments, I'm just going to summarize this. We're not allowed to answer any of their concerns because what they speak to us during this time is not on our agenda. And by law, according to the Brown Act, we may only speak to people when things are on the agenda. We will refer people, if they have questions, to our superintendent. So, the first name I have here is Jacqueline Thomas. Jacqueline? Hi, come on up. There's a microphone right over there. Come and chat with us.
Hi.
Hi.
As you know, my name is Jacqueline Thomas. My family and I live, work, and play here in Fullerton. We love this city and its people deeply. We have 3 boys in the Fullerton School District. Last year when Fullerton schools had the option to be back in person as early as September, we were so grateful. Thank you for your hard work and diligence in making a way for our kids to be back on campus. I understand wanting to follow CDC and the American Academy of Pediatrics recommendations. I do. I want to follow them too. But a broad stroke rule across all school-aged children seems unfair. My 4.5-year-old does not have the same capabilities as a 17-year-old when it comes to mask use and hygiene. My 4-year-old's mask is soaking wet with saliva and snot after wearing it just 30 minutes. He's starting TK next week, and he'll have to wear that mask for 6 hours every day. The thought makes me cringe, and it just feels wrong on a visceral level, and yet I'm unable to choose a better option for him. This year, the state has given each school district freedom when it comes to enforcing COVID guidelines, particularly the mask mandate. California Department of Public Health officials said that mask enforcement will continue to be handled by local schools as the state recognizes the unique needs of each district and child. I saw the Placentia Yorba Linda Unified has chosen to ask the health officials to revise their guidance by allowing masks to be optional in school-based programs and school. Can you guys do that? Or better yet, ask permission to ignore the mandate? You can post signs and warnings and send emails and voicemails with current COVID info, giving parents the tools they need to make the best decision for their own children. That way it's not on you, you've done your part in presenting the data, and we as parents get to make the health choices for our kids. Dr. Marty McCary, a surgeon out of Johns Hopkins Hospital, citing a research study being released that out of $42 billion the NIH spent on research last year, less than 2% went to COVID research, and not a single grant was dedicated to studying masks in children. The large institutions we take advice from are trying to protect everyone. Your position as members of this school board gives you the opportunity to make decisions that directly protect children, which is a unique population when it comes to COVID-19. Last year, a North Carolina study conducted before vaccines were available, not a single case of student-to-teacher transmission when 90,000 kids were in school was documented. The faster spreading Delta variant is here, but many teachers, parents, and kids over 12 have been vaccinated. In March of 2020, we did not know much about how this virus would run its course, so we all had to do our best to protect the vulnerable.
That bell means that's 3 minutes.
Okay.
Please finish.
In August of 2021, we know that children are not the super spreaders we once thought they were. So please, I ask you to allow masks to be optional.
Thank you. I appreciate your comments. If you would give your phone number to our secretary, Carmen Serna, we would have someone from our district contact you regarding some of your statements and answer your questions. Okay, Carmen is seated right over there. Thank you very much. Next, Neil Thomas. I wonder if this is a relative. Hi, Neil.
Hi. I have a question. It's okay if you can't answer it publicly. I've been trying for a few days to get this answer. Let me just read the most recent email that I sent to the superintendent, or a portion of it. It says, as a collaborative parent at this point, we plan to send our students to school without masks with instructions not to comply if they are asked to be worn. How will this be handled, and what type of disciplinary action will our children experience for obeying the instruction of their informed parents and legal guardians? Or in other words, please explain the policy for enforcement for the face mask covering policy, what it is for the Fullerton Unified School District.
Thank you. We're K-8, so we're not unified, but that's not a big deal at all. You'll answer him?
And I can respond, yes.
Yes, please.
If you provide this information to Carmen, I'll respond, yes.
Okay, I have it here too. Thank you. And last but not least, oh, I have one other person, but Eglass, Mrs. Nuncy, with her junior high daughter. Junior high? Yes.
Hello, good evening, my beautiful family of the Fullerton School District. I miss you so much, but we've been very, very busy. And this is my daughter, Juliana, which is almost my high, as you remember, since kindergarten. Now she's a 6th grader, and she's gonna be a proud student of Nicholas. And we're very excited now that she's gonna be the family of the Knights, but we're always gonna be a Dolphin. And I'm here to be, I am so grateful to all of you, to all our school board, Mr. Pletka, and all our principal, Dr. Kelly Castillo, our former principal, Yolanda Castillo, all the teachers and the people that support the Pacific Drive remodeling. It took us 7 years. My daughter was 5, and now she's 12, but we got it. You see, they're gonna start the remodeling of the Pacific Drive Park, and that was so much commitment for our parents that we went door to door to ask the neighbors to support us with the city. Usually it takes, many years to remodel a park in Fullerton, but we got it in 7, which is the half of a lot of parks they take to get remodeled. But that is, you see, the endurance and the commitment of our family of the Pacific Drive and all the neighbors around it. Thank you so much for your support, because we cannot achieve this without the support of our Fullerton School District. You care about our children, you care about our families and community, and we're so grateful for that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And when we have the grand opening, you guys gonna be in the front seat, because we're gonna celebrate with all our families here. And my daughter wanna say something to all of you.
Thank you so much.
And now we're gonna go see the children. It's gonna be a beautiful park for our community, and we're gonna have a party. I love to party, and we're gonna celebrate with all of you. Of course, we're gonna follow the CDC guidelines. Okay, thank you so much for all the support. Many blessings to all of you. Thank you, and I see you in school. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, and bye-bye. Thank you, bye-bye.
I have a request from Darlene Alquiza to speak, and I hope I said that right. Welcome.
See all of them at school. So this year is going to be great for her. I'm so glad our district has made hygiene and general health checks and the sick policy a priority, and this continues to be the best way to keep children safe at school. As a school site council member, I must share there has been a handful of parents who have expressed concerns about the mask issue. A parent had told me last year she did have to pull her child out of school because of behavior and emotional issues that her child experienced, and that is at the same school where my daughter attends. And other parents have also expressed the same concerns. I think that it's fine to recommend masks, but I would like to know more about the data showing its effectiveness, and I consulted with pediatric immunologists, epidemiologists, and other doctors, and I have not found sound research in any country showing it is necessary for children. In fact, what I have found is data showing that there's a higher rate of children getting pneumonia during this pandemic rather than COVID. And I would say from picking up my daughter at school, what I did observe a lot is at the pickup time, children having very damp masks, dirty masks, and I've seen children drop it on the floor and then pick it up and put it back on. So I understand, you know, if masks are supposed to be a method of health and safety, then we must not let children wear masks if they're dirty. We should not let them use masks for more than 4 hours. And that's actually what's recommended even in doctor offices. They change them regularly. So if we really want to talk about health and safety, we need to not just think about wearing masks, but what does that actually mean to let children wear it from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.? And what is that doing to our children? I don't want my child to develop pneumonia. I've actually, last school year, I would always bring at least 2 additional masks and tell her, you need to change this after lunch, you need to change it if it gets dirty, and I would have her wear a lanyard so that it would never touch a surface, because once it touches the surface, it's already contaminated. I do trust that the school does a great job with health checks and hygiene practices to an extent where I feel like masks are not necessary because the school is doing such a great job to keep the school environment clean and letting children who are even possibly sick stay home until they're well enough to be at school. So I think all of this needs to be considered as we think about moving forward. What is the intention of the mask mandate? Why are we imposing it? And is it really necessary when the data is showing something else? And thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your comments and your suggestions. I'm putting a note down. Would you hand this around for chat also? Thank you. Are there any other people from the community who'd like to speak? See none, I'm going to ask if FSMA has. Oh, go ahead. Just give us your name.
Yeah, good. Okay. Hi, my name is Meredith Hughes. I was here at the last board meeting. I think what I forgot to mention last time, and it's becoming more and more apparent to me, is that as we bring up these little people, we need to teach them bodily autonomy, our girls and our boys. Bodily autonomy and consent. And when we do not give them bodily autonomy and consent with covering their faces all day, it violates personal rights of theirs that they have no control over. The California Health and Safety Codes 24171, the rights of individuals to determine what is done to their own body, and 24172, be given the opportunity to decide for that consent, are very, they're apparently very important to me, especially as we go into public health. I understand that the goal of the schools in the district is serving students and how they learn best. Personally, as a mom of a boy, that's been my goal as well. I'm highly concerned about him, and online learning and in front of a screen was not a good option for him. He went into himself, he did not engage, and I was seeing him backslide in not just his sociability, but his ability to learn. If he is not able to go to school in front of a teacher because he cannot wear a mask all day long because of other issues that masks cause him, I'm worried ultimately about his education and if his school will be able to teach him, because ultimately that's our goal, is to make sure no child is left behind. I have a few questions about logistically how this is going to happen. If a child does this, there's no student in here right now, is that teacher going to chastise them? Are they going to be set apart? Is a caste system going to be created through this? That is my real fear, because socializing for children is so important. Finding and pursuing ways that they learn best and reducing their oxygen is not exactly the first approach that we would take. Science has been wrong before. It is not static. Lots of things have been founded by science and public health. DDT being sprayed around neighborhoods, thalidomide, even eugenics, all backed by science. And look at the long-term effects. These are very terrifying things that obviously parents think about, because that's all we do is think about long-term for our kids. Masks offer mental health deterioration, a lack of empathy, to be perfectly honest with you. Kids aren't talking to each other anymore. And we all want to protect our kids, and I love all of the precautions that the kids have, or the schools have taken, because ultimately I think it's cutting down on other illnesses as well. And I'm like, why didn't we do this from the beginning? But this, it's not helping them in the way that we think it's helping them. Again, all I'm asking you to do is to make it a little easier for parents to choose about their child's bodily autonomy and consent. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I don't know if you were here at the very beginning when Dr. Hammett was speaking, and if you phone the district and talk about your child's special health need, we are looking to see if we can make allowances in different ways to support children who have special needs like that. I hate to use that term, special needs. Children who have requirements that are different. Okay? So just phone the district and ask for Dr. Hammett. Okay? Thank you. FSMA. Is it Robert? That's you. It's okay. You're so interested in what I'm saying. It's so exciting. I knew that.
Good evening, everyone. Robin Gilligan, the president of our FSMA Association, and I want to welcome everyone back to an official start of our new school year. So to our President Sugarman of the board, our board members, Superintendent Pleka, and cabinet members. We are anxiously and eager to start our school year. We have had a lot of change in our district, as you know, and you've pointed out as well, but we are thrilled to have the best of the best joining our leadership teams at our school sites, as well as leadership within our district level. And so we embrace and welcome all of our managers who are joining us. We know that there are going to be changes and nuances that we will have to adjust to as we receive updates and further information from our county health care department, but we are ready to adjust with that. We've done a lot of change before in the past, and this year we will be able to do those things just as easily because we've done them before. But we are going to be going based on the direction in which we are being led, as well as making sure that our kids have a good start to the year as well too. So we want to welcome all of our new teachers to the district from our management group, as well as all of those that have left us to have the best of their journey in their next adventure, and our managers who also left us this year, best of luck in their next adventure as well, and where they're bringing their expertise to. So welcome back, and we'll be here every single month.
Thank you. We know you've worked hard over the summer on everything our students need for good health and social emotional. DLAC. Is there someone going to speak to us from DLAC tonight? Okay. I think Mrs. Nuncy left. PTA. Do we have anything from PTA, Carmen? Not this evening. FETA. Hi. Great. How are you doing?
I'm speaking for Mark Jacobs tonight. I'm Darlene Naslin. Good evening, President Sugarman, Board of Trustees, Dr. Pleka, Executive Board, teachers, parents, and guests. On behalf of Mark, I would like to report to you that teachers have been busy preparing their rooms, making lesson plans, and are eager to receive our students back to school. We are also excited to officially welcome more than 60 new teachers. I'm going to put on my glasses. It's coming to that point, I think. Sorry. Okay, there we go. We are also excited to officially welcome more than 60 new teachers at our new teacher breakfast and orientation tomorrow morning at the Ladera Vista Gym. We are excited that the district has been able to hire response to intervention math teachers at every school site to complement our very successful RTI, ELA, or reading coaches. We invite board members to come join us. I think you guys already said you were going. Teachers are also looking forward to connecting with our students' parents at back to school night, and though we are still navigating through the ever-changing rules and recommendations from the Orange County Department of Health and CDC, we see ourselves slowly but surely moving back to normal. We can't wait to see our students, connect with students, assess our students, meet them where they are, and to teach them. We welcome this year's challenges by knowing we will all work together for what is best for Fullerton students, parents, teachers, and our community. On behalf of FETA, we would like to thank you, the board, administration, and all the certificated and classified staff that diligently work to help us prepare to reopen for the 21-22 school year.
Thank you. Appreciate your words. Please bring greetings back to your people from us. CSEA. Do we have someone from CSEA this evening? Seeing none, we thank those who spoke, and we're going to move on now to approve our minutes from July 27th. Harmon, did you receive any corrections or additions? Does anyone have any corrections or additions? May I have a motion?
I move to approve the regular meeting minutes of July 27th.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 That's a 4-0 vote. Thank you. Now I'd like to have a motion to approve our agenda as listed.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Anybody wanting a change? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's a 4-0 vote. Now we have a consent agenda. Do we have anything somebody wants to pull? Nobody has anything. It's a very basic agenda. There's just one sadness on the agenda. We have no donations from anyone this week. I'm so saddened by that. So I'm sure people are out banging the bushes to find people who want to support us. So I know next board meeting, we're going to have great surprises.
I do have a couple comments. I don't want to pull anything.
Okay. Go for it.
Ready? I was pleased and am very proud of the relationship that we have with Second Harvest Food Bank, and in going on with our Dolphin Market and how successful that's been. So I congratulate, again, Pacific Drive. That's not something simple. I think that when we first opened up that market, it was really, a transition for people having, a separate kind of entity on that campus and making sure that we had all the protocols in place where we felt comfortable that people were coming in, and that we're just the collaboration that it's been, and being able to feed our families in that kind of environment has been wonderful. So I appreciate that collaboration with Second Harvest. And then I'm really pleased to see the item L, and thank you for answering my questions, Jason. I don't think he's here right now, but when we talk about where our needs are with students, and math has always been one of those things that, you really try to figure out what can we do differently, and with Common Core math coming in, and with all the language that goes along with math now, in addition to, just having to solve a problem, having to understand, English, and having to go through that whole thought process, having RTI math and having that program, being able to go out there, find something that works, and asking everyone. So thank you very much for the hard work in bringing that program in to help our students with math.
Thank you. Anyone else? All those in favor of our consent agenda?
Did we make a motion?
Oh, sorry.
I'll move to approve the consent calendar.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you all. So that's a 4-0 vote. And now we get to Dr. Hammett, and we have a board policy that we're looking to revise. It's the uniform complaint procedures, Dr. Hammett, and it's at the very end where the changes are made.
Just to say that this is the second reading. We brought the first reading at the previous meeting, and we have not received any changes. And so just to summarize briefly what those two resolutions are.
This is our uniform complaint procedures, and the changes to this policy are recommended to us by our California School Boards Association based on passes to changes to legislation, and so those changes are reflected in this board policy.
Thank you. Does anyone have anything on the policy that they'd like to discuss or point out or change or ask questions?
No, seems pretty.
Seeing none, can I have a motion to accept this policy?
I
Go ahead.
move that we approve the revised board policy, uniform complaint procedures.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. That's BP 1312.3. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? That's 4-0. Now we have our next board policy. Chad, is that still you?
Yes, and
Go
this,
ahead.
as Dr. Pletka mentioned, this was actually brought to the board for a first reading at our last meeting. This actually implements pieces of language that were brought to us due to legislation that impacts independent study and independent study for students, particularly as it relates to distance learning. And we will be providing distance learning as an independent study program to students beginning Monday, August 16th. And the implementation of this board policy will allow us to go ahead and move forward with that program on our first day of school.
Thank you. Very critical, huh? Do we have any questions or comments to make on this policy?
I have a question. So with the ever-changing rules and regulations from the state of California, our legislator, if obviously if something changes into what is going to be governed or what they're going to require, we can always change this again, correct?
That's correct.
It's not
And
what
actually,
something we want to do, but
right. And if there are changes, we will bring this back using our two-step process of a first read and then an approval to the board with the changes that are required per the changing legislation.
and as we move forward with this and find that we might, want to tweak something after one school year, I mean, that's always something that we can look at as well, is making
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
that
We
it
would
works
bring
for
those
us.
changes back to you as well.
Okay.
Does anybody else have anything? Do I have a motion?
I move, oops, I'm sorry, go. Go, Danny.
Okay. I will approve, what am I doing?
You're moving to approve.
You threw me off here.
Make a
BP
motion.
6158 independent study, I move to approve it.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Thank you, Dr. Hammett. And I love that you highlighted the changes. That really helped. I like it better than the cross out everything. Does anybody on the board have a topic for possible request for the future? Not seeing any? Guess what? This meeting is adjourned.
Wow.
The next meeting will be on August 24th, and it will start early because that meeting will be the superintendent's evaluation, and our next, I will talk about it, how's that? And on September 14th, we will have a regular board meeting.